No one knew her real name anymore. In the underground city where neon lights flickered like dying stars, people only whispered one word with fear and curiosity: Princess. She was not royalty by blood, but by legend. The night she appeared, 3 crime lords vanished, a weapons convoy burned without a single explosion, and a coded message was projected onto the tallest tower: the crown was never yours. Rain fell hard as armored vehicles sealed the streets. Inside one of them sat Agent Aaron Cross, his knuckles white around a photograph taken years ago. A young girl, dirt on her face, eyes unbroken. The same eyes now rumored to belong to Princess. She was supposed to be dead. Everyone said so. He wanted to believe it. Princess moved silently through the shadows of an abandoned cathedral, her boots barely touching the ground. She had returned to the city she escaped as a child, the city that stole her family and rewrote her fate in blood. Every step closer felt like reopening a wound that never healed. Tonight, she wasn't hunting power. She was hunting truth. A sudden siren shattered the silence. Drones flooded the sky like metal insects, red lights scanning every rooftop. Someone had betrayed her location. Again. She clenched her jaw, memories rushing back, screams, fire, soldiers dragging her mother away while she hid beneath broken marble, holding her breath as if silence could save the world. As bullets ripped through stained glass, Princess ran. The city erupted into chaos. Cars crashed, civilians screamed, and somewhere deep beneath the streets, an old system woke up, one designed to erase entire districts if activated. And Princess knew the terrifying truth no one else did. Tonight wasn't just about revenge. The city itself was about to die, the streets turned into war zones within minutes. Smoke swallowed the skyline, and fear spread faster than fire. Princess ducked into an underground tunnel, her heart pounding not from danger, but from the realization that her enemies were closer than she thought. The betrayal hadn't come from outside. It came from someone who once promised to protect her. Agent Cross stood on a rooftop watching the chaos unfold below. Orders screamed through his earpiece, demanding full force. Eliminate the target. End the myth. But his eyes stayed locked on a single moving figure on the thermal screen. The way she ran, the way she paused to help a fallen stranger, it didn't match the monster they described. Princess reached the control chamber hidden beneath the city. The air was cold, heavy with forgotten secrets. One switch. One code. If activated, the system would destroy the criminal syndicates ruling the city. Millions would be saved in the long run. But thousands would die tonight. Innocents. Children. People just trying to survive. Her hands trembled. This was the moment everything led to. The city had taught her that mercy was weakness. Power demanded sacrifice. That was the lesson carved into her bones. Alarms blared as soldiers stormed the tunnel. Time was running out. Agent Cross broke protocol and followed his instincts. He descended alone, ignoring orders. When he finally stood across from Princess, weapons raised, silence filled the chamber. Their eyes met, and the past collided with the present. "You survived," he whispered. "So did you," she replied, pain hidden behind steel. Gunfire echoed above them. The city screamed. And in that moment, Princess understood the cruelest truth of all: the system was built by her own father, a man who believed fear could create peace. She had inherited his legacy, but she didn't know if she had inherited his mistakes too. The control room shook as explosions rattled the underground walls. Soldiers closed in from every direction. Princess stared at the activation panel, her reflection fractured across the glass. This was the destiny written for her since childhood, to choose destruction in the name of order. Agent Cross lowered his weapon. "Whatever you're about to do," he said quietly, "will define who you are, not what they turned you into." The words hit harder than any bullet. For years, Princess believed survival meant becoming something unbreakable, something feared. Love was a weakness. Compassion was a luxury for people who never lost everything. Yet here she was, standing in front of a man who once carried her out of flames, believing she deserved a future. She remembered her mother's voice, soft and steady, telling her that true power was the ability to stop the cycle. Not win it. Stop it. The city's emergency broadcast system suddenly activated. Princess had hacked it days ago, preparing a final message if she failed. Her face appeared on every screen across the city. People froze, watching the woman they were told to fear. "This city taught us to survive by destroying each other," she said, her voice calm but breaking. "Tonight, I choose something different." She disabled the system. Chaos didn't end instantly. Criminals still roamed. Corruption still breathed. But the city didn't burn. Soldiers hesitated. Orders became confusion. Fear lost its grip. Princess dropped to her knees, tears finally escaping. She hadn't won a war. She had broken a belief. Dawn arrived slowly, painting the ruined city in soft gold. Princess walked through the streets without hiding. People stared, not with fear, but with uncertainty and hope. Agent Cross followed at a distance, not as her guardian, but as a witness. News spread fast. The woman who could have destroyed everything chose not to. Criminal empires began collapsing, not from explosions, but from exposure. Files leaked. Truth surfaced. The system that thrived on silence started choking on honesty. Princess stood on the same tower where her message first appeared, the wind carrying the sounds of a waking city. For the first time, she wasn't running. She wasn't hiding behind a name. She realized the deepest truth of all: not every battle is meant to be won with fire. Some are meant to be ended with courage. One human choice, made in fear, yet guided by compassion, can shift the direction of an entire world. She was never meant to be a queen of ruins. She was meant to be a reminder.